Sky News at 1 o'clock. The Princess of Cambridge spends her first day at home as the world waits to hear what William and Kate will name their new arrival. We'll have the very latest live from Kensington Palace, where the family will spend the next few days before heading to their country residence. Sky News returns to Everest Base Camp to find out what's left after the earthquake. And it's a unanimous victory for Floyd Mayweather in the biggest boxing bout in... The royal family left hospital yesterday to cheers from waiting crowds and briefly showed their new baby daughter to the world's media. But we're still waiting to find out what the princess will be called. Our royal correspondent Rhiannon Mills reports.
On the steps of the Lindo wing, this was our first glimpse of the Princess of Cambridge, asleep in her mother's arms. Prince William helping his wife down the steps. It had been a long day for the royal couple, who'd arrived here 12 hours earlier. Careful to wave to the gathered media and hundreds of well-wishers, giving the worldwide press the pictures they've been waiting for. Earlier in the day, her big brother had also visited his newborn sister. Prince George was carried into the Lindo wing to meet his little sister for the first time. For the past week, we've been waiting for the announcement, and finally it came.
We've got a baby? Come here, tell me.
So, we've just had the email through. Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cambridge, was safely delivered of a daughter.
It's a daughter!
At 8:34 this morning. The baby weighs 8 pounds 3 ounces.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! On this day, the 2nd of May, in the year 2015, we welcome with humble duty the second born of their Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge.
The crowds of media and well-wishers whipped up into a frenzy. As the world found out the royal family had welcomed a little princess. For those who'd been loyally waiting outside the Lindo wing for weeks, it was a moment of celebration.
It feels like an extension of my own family. I feel this, really excited. I feel like I'm the baby myself. I've got the champagne, I've got a card. I just hope we're here in a couple of years' time for another one.
The news had first come through email and Twitter, but tradition soon followed, with a formal notice placed on an easel in the forecourt of Buckingham Palace. Declaring at 8:34 a.m. the Duchess of Cambridge was safely delivered of a daughter weighing 8 pounds 3 ounces, and both were doing well.
That's what we wanted. My little granddaughter to see a real live princess was being born today. And that was so exciting because she loves princess. But now she's got a real live princess. We're so excited.
Across the country, the moment was marked. BT Tower in London lit up with the news. While on HMS Lancaster, the sailors had their own message for Big Brother Prince George. As night came, Trafalgar Square was lit up in pink, with Tower Bridge completing the light show. The girl had always been a favourite with the public, and even Prince Charles had suggested he wanted a granddaughter. Now the guessing about names goes on.
Alice leads the way as a favourite. Charlotte has been heavily backed at 3-1, but there's been two big moves in the last few hours. Victoria is now into 6-1, and Diana is into 10-1 from 14-1. So there's been a big move for Diana.
The Queen, seen out in Yorkshire, had clearly got the message about the arrival of her new great-granddaughter. William and Kate's families had both been told before the world got to know. Like any family, the focus was on getting back home. A chance to get to know their new daughter, to see Prince George, and have those final discussions before telling the world her name. Rhiannon Mills, Sky News in central London.
Rhiannon Mills joined us now live from Kensington Palace, and we understand that Prince Charles and Camilla arrived a short time ago.
That's right, everything moved so quickly yesterday, didn't it? We were certainly caught by surprise. I don't know whether the royal couple were, but it also meant that there was no time for any visitors at the Lindo Wing in central London. So this morning we've seen those proud grandparents arriving. We've heard in the last 10 minutes or so that Prince Charles and Camilla have arrived here at Kensington Palace. You might remember that it was Prince Charles who said that he'd love to have a little granddaughter, so I'm sure he will be delighted to see the little girl inside the palace this morning. We hear that they turned up in a car. We're not entirely sure how long they're going to spend here, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, earlier on this morning, we heard that Carol Middleton, obviously Kate's mother, she had arrived to come and see her new granddaughter, and Pippa Middleton as well, so Kate's sister, was also arriving as well to go and see her little niece. In terms of other members of the family, of course, last time round when Prince George was born, it was central to everything that went on that the Queen arrived here at Kensington Palace, and it was only after a visit from the Queen that the names were announced for Prince George. However, this morning we have heard that the Queen is currently at Sandringham. She was seen in church in Norfolk this morning, and that could suggest, if you put two and two together, that potentially we could see the royal couple leaving here from Kensington Palace, potentially going to their private residence of Anmore Hall, which is in Norfolk on the Sandringham estate, and we may well see a situation where the Queen is then introduced to her great-granddaughter in Norfolk rather than here at Kensington Palace. Of course, the guessing over the names continues. The hot favourites at the moment are the likes of Charlotte, Alice, Victoria and Elizabeth, but you won't be surprised to hear that also many people are hoping that Diana will also be included in her name.
Rhiannon at Kensington Palace for now, thank you. It's been reported this afternoon that 8 days on from the Nepal earthquake, a 101-year-old man has been pulled alive from the rubble. More than 7,000 people are now known to have died in the disaster, and at Everest Base Camp, bodies